dear learners. I'm glad you're meeting for another time. So this is P5 Science. I want us to look at something else, but before, last time we were looking at a child healthy card, and we said a child healthy card is a card given to every child that is immunized. So I left an activity behind it. Number one was, what is a child healthy card? Then we said a card that is given to every child that is immunized. Then number two was information contained on a child healthy card. We said we have name of the child, date of birth, sex of the child, birth order, mother's name, father's name, occupation of the parents, birth weight, and the immunization dates. Then, role of a child healthy card to a health worker. So the health worker uses a child healthy card to know the vaccines that the child received, or to know which vaccine is to be given. Is that one okay? So that is the activity I left behind. So today I want us to look at something else, and that is digestion. So we are looking at digestion. Take some time to look at the spelling of the word. A few seconds are enough to spell the word digestion. Now in life, everyone needs to eat food. We need to eat so that the body can get energy. For the body to get energy, digestion has to take place. So the food has to be used in the body, and that is respiration. But today we are looking at digestion. So digestion is the process by which food is broken down into simple soluble substances that can be absorbed into the blood stream. Digestion is the process by which food is broken down into simple soluble substances that can be absorbed into the blood You're going to go together. The definition: digestion is the process by which the food you eat, is broken down into simple soluble substances that can be absorbed into the blood stream. That's why when I put maybe a donut into my mouth, I have to first of all chew it. As I'm chewing it, I'm breaking that donut into small pieces that can be swallowed. And then after some time, they will be absorbed into the blood stream. So you chew the food, it is broken down first of all by the teeth. Then we have even the enzymes that keep on working upon the food, so until it is absorbed into the blood stream. So where does digestion start? Where do you put the food? So you put the food in the mouth. So digestion begins in the mouth. Digestion begins in the mouth. And where does it end? And it ends in the blood stream. No, sorry. And ends in the ileum. So digestion starts in the mouth. That's why whosoever is eating, taking water, you put it in the mouth. Then after that it is pushed and digestion ends in the ileum. Now the system that is responsible for digestion, we call it the digestive system. You just say digestive system. This is the system responsible for digestion of food. So I want us to look at parts that make up the digestive system. So we have parts that make up the digestive system. Have a look at that. Is a simple diagram, but inside those are some of the parts you're having. Now since we are specifically looking at the digestive system, you're going to make up the parts that make up your digestive system. So part number one is the mouth. Whenever you're eating, we put food in the mouth. Then we have this passage known as the gullet. Repeat the word gullet. Then after the gullet we have stomach. Check the spellings. Then stomach we have the liver. Then part B is known as the gallbladder. Part B is known as the gallbladder. Then from the gallbladder we have this passage here known as duodenum. The word is duodenum. Then after that we have this part here known as the pancreas. The word is pancreas. Make sure you master the spellings. Then from that we have, from the duodenum we have this twisted part, folded part. So from here, these are the small intestines. The duodenum is the first part of the small intestines. Now from that we have this folded part. It is also part of the small intestines. So that one is known as the ileum. Known as the ileum. Then we have these large ones. So the large intestines they begin from this part here known as the appendix. We have this other part here known as the colon. Then we have this other part here known as the rectum. So all these parts make up the large intestines. Then we have this outlet here known as the anus. So if they say give any part that makes up the digestive system, you can have the mouth, gullet. So another name for the gullet, you can call it gullet or esophagus. But most cases, if you see that this word is too hard for you, you go for gullet. But in case you find it, just know esophagus, that is the gullet. So we have the stomach, liver, gallbladder, duodenum, pancreas, colon, rectum, anus, appendix, and the ileum. So you can answer these questions. Name part marked B. Part marked B is the gallbladder. Where does digestion start? We say digestion starts in the mouth. Now, we are going to functions of the parts. We shall look at some. Some don't have functions, but we shall look at those that have functions. Functions of the parts. We have function of the parts. So when we look at the mouth, this is where digestion starts. So mouth is where digestion starts with the help of the teeth. So number one, we have mouth. So here digestion begins or starts. So here digestion begins. Digestion begins by the help of the mother teeth. By the help of the teeth. teeth. So number 2, we are having from the mouth, food passes through the gullet. So the gullet passes food from the mouth to the stomach. So number 2, we are having the gullet. So there its work is to pass food from the mouth to the stomach. So here we are having passes food from the mouth to the stomach. Then we move to the stomach. So number 3, we have the stomach. So remember, food, we put food in the mouth, it is pushed through the gullet, then it goes to the stomach. Now in P4 you looked at body organs. Now body organs in P4, one of the functions of the stomach, or the role of the stomach, your teacher has told you the stomach stores food for some time. So we are going to start with that function. So we are having stores food for some time. Then besides storing food, we have a digestive juice produced by the stomach. We shall look at digestive juices in our next lesson. So here we say produces gastric juice. Produces gastric juice. We shall look at that as we go on. Then from the stomach, we go to the liver. We go to the liver. That is also body organ. That is still before you looked at body organs. How is the liver using food? Which digestive juice is produced by the liver? That is bile. So the work of the liver is to produce bile. So this one produces bile juice. Produces bile juice. Then we have this part B, that is the gallbladder. Remember I told you part B is the gallbladder. So here we have gallbladder. After the liver producing the bile juice, it is stored or kept for some time before it is used. So which part stores bile juice? That is the gallbladder. So this one stores bile juice. Is that one okay? Then we move to the pancreas. We move to the pancreas. So that body organ also produces a digestive juice known as pancreatic juice. So the pancreas produces pancreatic juice. So here we are having produces pancreatic juice. That is the pancreas. Now we go to the ileum, the colon, rectum, and the anus. This one has no function. So we move to the colon, part of the large intestines. We have colon. So colon, that one absorbs water. Now remember, in the body we are having water that we keep on taking. So the colon is the one that absorbs water. Or you can say, if they ask what takes place in the colon, you say absorption of water takes place in the colon. So we move to the ileum. So you're looking at the ileum. This is number 8. But remember, as I was starting, I said digestion starts in the mouth and ends in the ileum. So, ileum, we have the ileum. So here we are saying, you can say digestion ends or you can say absorption of digested food. Absorption of digested into the bloodstream. So when they say what takes place in the ileum, you say absorption of digested food into the bloodstream. So this bloodstream is that blood that flows into your body. So how does food reach other parts of the body? So it passes through the bloodstream. So where does it take place, absorption of this digested food? In the ileum. Okay, then we go to the rectum. We have the rectum. Now, before you go to the toilet to pass out the undigested food, now feces are not waste products. Never say that one of the waste products we have feces. No, feces are just part of the food that was not digested. So, before you pass out undigested food through the anus, it is stored in the rectum for some time. So the rectum stores undigested food before taken out. Before taken out through the body. Before taken out of the, before taken out through the anus. Through the anus. Then lastly we have the anus. So this one, what does it do? Passes out undigested food. Passes out undigested food from the body. From the body. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to have a look at those parts and their functions. So I'm giving you 1 minute, have a look at the parts. So we started with the mouth, where digestion begins, and what is in the mouth? We have the teeth. So in our next lesson, we shall look at more details in the mouth. So after that, food will be pushed to the gullet. Then the gullet will just pass food to the stomach. Then it will be stored for some time. Still the stomach produces gastric juice. Then we have the liver, which produces bile juice. We shall look at those digestive juices in the next lesson, because every digestive juice has its role under digestion. Now, as the liver produces, it is stored, the bile juice is stored for some time before it is used. So it is stored in this part B, which is the gallbladder. Then after that, food will pass through the duodenum. I say this one is the first part of the small intestines. So the small intestine is made up of two parts, the duodenum and the ileum. Then after that, we have the ileum, where absorption of digested food takes place, and it's where digestion ends. Then after that, we have these large intestines, part of the large intestines, which is the colon. I said whenever we are taking food, there is a situation whereby we drink water. So where does absorption of that water take place? It takes place in the colon. So after digestion has taken place and there is food that was not digested, it will be stored in the rectum for some time. Then when you feel like going to the toilet, you have this part that passes out undigested food. So that is the function of the parts. Those are the parts of the digestive system. So after looking at the function of the parts of the digestive system, I will leave a simple activity behind that you answer, and we shall see the answers next time. So this will be the activity. Number 1, what is digestion? Number 2, where does digestion begin in people? In people. We don't say in man, the female will get annoyed and say, why are they talking about only men? So now we say people. Number 3, where does absorption of digested food take place? And lastly, which part of the digestive system stores bile? That is our last question. So we are ending there, but before we finish or we close up with this lesson, remember to wash your hands, be clean always, be smart, make sure your surroundings are clean, and remember to stay safe. Okay.